Hey y'all, it's Jena. This morning I'm doing a Jena Unplugged moment, and for you that may be new to me, I am your brand, business, and Brave Strategist and coach. So today is a new day, and I had something on my mind. I actually was just talking to one of my transformational coaches that I adore, and something came up for me that I'm just kind of noticing is in the forefront, and I just wanted to talk about it. So if you're here live with me, make sure you comment and let me know who you are and that you're here and you're watching, and also where you're from, and just want to make sure I know who's present. And if you're replaying this, thank you. Thanks for watching, and would love to hear your comments as well. So today's conversation, I was looking at what does it mean to do things the right way in business, in your business. And being an entrepreneur for over a decade now, and previously before that, I was a controller, and I worked in corporate America, and I also was a consultant for entrepreneurs and all this. So, you know, the truth is I come to the table with a lot of knowledge, but the ugly truth is I'm not always 100% with my own setup. And what I mean by doing the right thing in business is setting things up correctly and being on top of things and having your legal matters and your taxes and your books and your organization and the operational side of your business really set up the best way possible, and of course compliant and all of that. And so I was just really looking at that, and it's funny because I'm currently refinancing my house, and that's a process, by the way, for any of you in the mortgage industry, or if you've done it before. I don't think it's as big a deal as buying a new house, but it's been like 12 years since I've even dealt with a mortgage company because we've been in our house that long. So the point is that really kind of pushed me to get all the numbers together, put all the spreadsheets together, have all the documents ready, because that's what they need, right? And it started to show me, hey, Arlene and Arcely, and is that how you say your name? I hope. Arcely and Betty, nice to see you guys. Yay, Arlene, nice to have you here. Yeah, let me know where you guys are from, and just comment. And today I'm having an unplugged moment and kind of a transparent moment about doing business the right way and what that means. And if you are an entrepreneur, it requires something. And, it's not just, market yourself and sell something. It's also, how do you set up your business and how do you get that information if you don't know what that information is? And the truth is I'm just sharing with you today that, over the last decade of being an entrepreneur, I know the basics. I've been a controller previously in corporate America. I know the basics of how to set things up, but there's things I don't know. And I just want to be honest about that. And when I don't know something, I have to get that information, whether it's a CPA or a tax attorney or an attorney or what have you. You want to lean on these experts to help you do things the right way. So this week has been interesting. I not only got, I'm going to get audited for a sales tax audit, which is random. It's not like they pointed me out or anything like that. It happens to all of us. I'm in the state of Texas, so it's got a form I got to fill out, and they're going to call me and all of those things. And so it's something to look at, right? And I was like, okay, so that's being looked at. And then, like I said, I was refinancing the house, so that was people are looking at my tax returns and people are looking at my financial statements. And if you don't have that stuff ready, you're going to be in a pickle. And sure enough, I probably had about 75 to 80% of it ready. And what it showed me is the other 15% that or 20% that I didn't have ready. And just the things I had to kind of catch up on and hurry up and put input, and, and it became this project. And so I'm just in this space called, are you doing business the right way? Are you compliant? Are you paying attention, basically? And so I'm going to go first, right? I'm going to do this first. I encourage each and every one of you that is an entrepreneur and is a business owner to set things up the right way. Make sure that your entity structure is set up, whether it's an LLC or a C Corp with an S Corp election. I mean, all these different choices. And if you don't have the answers or you don't know how to do that, then you got to reach out to the experts. And because there's different tax implications and things like that, or benefits for that matter. So, it's one of those conversations, and I of course work with business owners every day. I coach them through the other parts of their business as well, called sales and marketing and brand and systems and things like that. But this underlying setup, right? I don't always meet these business owners when they're initially setting things up. And, and it was interesting because I was like, do they have it all set up right? And then I was looking at myself. So I just I'm having this conversation because I want you guys to pay attention and take an inventory, audit yourself, do you have everything in place? Do you have a registered agent, if, representative, if you're an LLC? Do you have, do you have the ownership the right way? Do you have your taxes in order? Meaning, are you paying sales tax? Do you have a tax, ID number? Do you know what's taxable and all of those things? And I'm in the space called, I need to look at that again. Because number one, it changes over 10 years of being in business. What's taxable actually changed at one point because the taxing authorities get smarter, I suppose. So it's just like, are you paying attention to those operational things? It's not the fun stuff, I get it, but it is what's going to help you win. And like I said, I'll lead the pack if I have to, but I'm really in a space and kind of just declaring it to you guys that, I'm just auditing everything that I have. Everything's been in order, everything. I'm not saying anything is wrong. It's just, are you doing it right? Right. And looking at it and paying attention and keeping up with your books and making space for that, or delegating it. So if you don't have the time to do it, or you don't have the knowledge or experience, then it's time to hire that bookkeeper or CPA or someone in your space that has your back. And so tell me, for those that are watching, what do you need to look at? What is it that you need to take inventory of, especially as we're coming to the end of the year and we're going to finish a tax year, and then we're going to start a new one, January 1st. This is a great opportunity to not only see what you've done for this year and previous years, but what can you set yourself up to start January 1st and you have it all ready to go. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Tani. How are you? Oh my gosh. Hi, Aline. You're my neighbor. So yeah, hi, love you guys too. And so comment if you would, if this is something you're going to take on. I know a couple of you guys, just because I know who you are, you have real estate, you have a property management process, and that too requires something that's an entrepreneurial business as well. So it's like, I'm just getting real with my community and myself about, it's time to look at this. It's time to take an audit and to be really transparent about what works and what doesn't work, and how to clean it up if you have to. And it's been an eye-opening process for me. And like I said, I'm usually about 80% on board. And then there was just this kind of I was slacking a little bit and just keeping up with the books, on a daily basis or a weekly basis. So I'm owning that and ready to kind of set the course straight. And so I just really want to go into this next year, with everything in order and kind of check the list, right? So, yeah, you're welcome, Tani. It just is. And I think it's one of those things people don't talk about. We start businesses and we get into business, and then we don't talk about it. We don't talk about, and I'm not the one necessarily to, tell you exactly which tax structure or entity structure that you should choose, because there's different reasons why. But you should have one. You shouldn't be a sole proprietorship out there, because that's a waste of money on the tax side. I know that I've been there, right? And so get with a CPA if you don't know which one you should choose. LLCs are pretty much, are pretty easy to set up and inexpensive to set up. But is that the right thing for you and your overall tax benefit picture? So I encourage you to get with a CPA on that. But it's something that we as business owners really aren't talking about. And I just wanted to be kind of open and honest about this is showing up for me as a place to look and make sure that I have everything in order. So that's what I wanted to encourage you guys to do the same. And it'll feel good, right, when you have it all in order, in its place. And because once you set it up, you kind of, you just maintain it, or, make sure you turn in your tax forms or all of that. So it's an opportunity to just have things where they need to be so that you can operate at the best level that you can possibly operate at. So yeah, hi, Emily. Oh my gosh, haven't seen you in a while. And, so let me know. I really want to hear from you. I'm being open and honest, but it's like, what is the one thing that you are committing to checking out, whether it's getting your books in order or talking to a CPA as the year rounds out, or making sure that your paperwork is in a binder so you can find it. I mean, like, what is it that you're willing to do to make sure things are straight and right in your business? And because I want you to really not only finish the year strong and in a good place, but also set yourself up to really start January 2018 in the most positive way. And part of that is, being willing to cross your T's and dot your I's and make sure everything is compliant as a business owner. It's a different game to just be a sole proprietor and just do things freelance and make money, turn in a 1099. But it's another game to be the CEO and to be CFO of your own business, and right, your chief financial officer, and be president of a company. And I know a lot of us out there are solo entrepreneurs, meaning we're working in our home offices and we've got maybe some small team out there virtually. But I want to see you guys take your business to the next level. And if you've got these pieces of the puzzle figured out and set up correctly and clean, and you're keeping up with your books on a weekly, monthly basis, then you are ahead of the game, right? There's so many people that don't do this. And so that's what I want to look at. So I'm committed to getting a CPA. Awesome, Tani. And I forget what state you live in. Are you in Florida? Get someone close by. Just post something on social media and ask for a referral, right? Just get that handled, because it's been a lifesaver. And I'll just tell you, there's different skill sets of CPAs. I used to work with a lot of them. And you got to ask the right questions, just FYI. Make sure that my biggest thing is that they should see your blind spots, just like a business coach, right? A CPA should be able to advise you ahead of the game, not just history. Because once you've spent money, once you've earned money or not earned money, and the time has passed, you can't change it, right? As far as when taxes come due and all of that. So, for instance, I had a CPA that was very much just kind of like data entry. He'd take my information and enter it, and I was very grateful for that. However, I was feeling the lack of advice. And he wasn't advising me on what I should be doing or what I need to look at and make sure that this is happening. Or as an S Corp, you should be paying yourself on a W-2 reasonably, or a portion of your income. And it's like some of those things you just don't know unless you're working with someone that knows it for you, right? So yeah, okay, North Carolina, that's right. I couldn't remember which state. So yeah, it's, make sure you're asking that CPA how does he approach his client, relationships. And I found one here that's in my local town, right, and where I live here in Houston. And I met with him, and I really got a feeling for, number one, does he have the knowledge of what entity structure I'm currently signed up as, and is that the best one, and is he willing to give me advice as we move through the year, not just after the fact? Because once it's over, you have to pay the taxes on whatever occurred versus, being really strategic about it and just making sure that you're compliant and ahead of the game. So really powerful. Hey, Nakima, I was thinking of you this morning. We have there's an event tonight. I don't know if you're available. Text me if you want to learn more about it, and I'll tell you more. Anyway, so I just wanted to touch base with you guys and have this kind of open, honest conversation. Thank you guys for all the love and being here and just being present. And I'll continue to do some more unplugged moments and just, really check in with you guys on how you guys are doing in your business. So that's what I'm all about. And I really enjoy, working with people to make that the best world you could possibly live in when you have your own business and winning at the game. So awesome. Thanks, Nakima, Nikki Brown. And it's just so great to see you guys and hang out with you this morning, and I will be in touch. So just remember, hit the notification if you want to be notified of future live shows, and also feel free to share this if you feel like someone would really benefit from the conversation. And I just thank you for being here. So I will see you on the other side. Have a great day, and let's go get business right. All right, talk to you guys later.